Welcome back to another video! Today we'll be looking at a live beta of Planet New! Yeah? I saw it one time last year. Now I get it. Thinking. Oh! Right. I've had gameplay on this already, so it did go well. So I'm gonna show you what the music's good. Okay, which I guess I saw. I'm good at taking. Left beta means listen folks. That's a good thing. It's actually pretty good! What's that box? What's that box though? Oh my! Here we are, quickly now!
As you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally you'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat. But I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health.
Yeah, hello!
Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Zoopedia. I get it.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Troffica.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare. Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Ostrich! Ostrich!
Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out?
Yeah.
Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Why that was stupid? That is stupid. Stupid.
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for each one, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Ostrichos. That doesn't make sense. Osnitos. Oh,
Good
Sneedo!
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier.
Yes.
Now, you've
Stupid.
probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Yes, man. That's what
There we
we
go.
do.
Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat.
Yay.
It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they
I'm
walk
not sure
in,
how good you can hear me,
because
but
it makes them happy.
to
And
my
because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if
So-
it couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation
Yay!
box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we
Oh.
adopted those ostriches, don't you think?
Ostrich.
Let's get 4 of them in here.
Ostrich! 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 Ostritos! 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 Wow! Ostritos! Wow!
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Right there.
It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of just being that close. Can you? Yeah, so, oh, good. Man. What are we doing? Ostritos! Yay, Ostritos! Sweden. Sweden, probably. On train. I've never been on a train. Same food stations as Planet Coaster, just to a major. Never to be experienced. That graphics, shows. Yeah, just another favourite game. Even though I like trains, I like roller coasters. I do more roller coasters than trains. And yeah, actually, let's do that. Here we go. We're going to studios. Going in our studios, our studios. Let's see the elephant. Run the elephant! Oh, the Yetis! The Yetis! That's what I call the elephants! The Yetis! That's like the Yetis! I can't like the Yetis. Oh, it's dumping! I've not seen high quality poo yet, so it's going! It's going! Oh, guys! Look at the quality poo! Ah, high quality poo! I don't understand! Why? Go with that and no go nice, nice, stuck as a pencil, man. I ain't stuck as a pencil, man. I ain't stuck as a pencil. Phone. Sounds Galaxy S10. You've got that phone. Don't do that. Let me see the Tigers have quality. Those songs are for crying. I'll go do 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 do.
If you're a man who's uncompromising, play close, smooth skin. Tigers. Yeah.
Tiger. Well, wherever you are, I will bless you. Open the door and you feel in your heart. I'll do this every time. I'll end the videos, so you might edit this every video of gaming. You're here, there's nothing I feel, and I know that my heart will go on. Stay wherever you say, you can say in your heart again, my heart will go on and on. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. I appreciate it. Right, my heart will go on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye. Right, I will see you guys later. Bye.